So good morning again. Let's try this again. Hopefully it'll be a much better day today. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but that is an open window because it's actually really nice outside. It's like in the 70s. So I was able to open the windows. I'm so excited. Pirates of the Caribbean's on. What else could be happening? But I thought I would go ahead and make my butternut squash soup that I haven't made in a while, or since last Thanksgiving, so figured I'd go ahead and do it now. Butternut squash, a Granny Smith apple, and it needs to be Granny Smith. Don't use a different kind because you need that kind of tartness. A pear, Bosc pear, and an onion. That's it. And some chicken stock. That's all you need. Okay, so I peeled the butternut squash, and then I just cut it in half down the middle because it makes it a little bit easier to handle. And now I'm just going to chop it up. In here, there are some seeds. I'm going to pull those out, cut it up and in big chunks, and I'm going to put it on my sheet pan that's lined with, you can either use parchment or wax paper. Okay, I lied. It wasn't only this, but so you've got butternut squash, pear, which is over here somewhere, onion, and apple. And all I did was cut it up in big chunks and put it on the sheet pan so it's ready to go. Peeled all of them. I just didn't show you that because that's boring. But the other thing that you need, which is what I lied about, because I was like, this is all you need. Not true. You need olive oil and honey, because this is a really important step. So you're going to take some olive oil and put it in a little dish, and you're going to take some honey. And don't worry about measuring it. It's not like, 4 tablespoons, whatever. You just need enough. Just try to do about equal parts honey and olive oil. And you're going to mix that up and take a brush, and you're going to brush all of your veggies. Okay, so what I have done is added the olive oil and honey. I also just did, I'm going to do a pinch more because I just did it and realized I wasn't recording. But from up high, you're just going to sprinkle some kosher salt on it. And we've already talked about the reasons why. Kosher salt is much better because low sodium content and better flavor. And you can use regular ground pepper, like I've got this regular, pepper mill. You can also use just plain old black pepper, but I really like, and you can't see it here. There you go. It's orange and lemon pepper. Why is this not focusing? I'm not too sure. Anyway, it's orange and lemon pepper from World Market, and that's really good too. So there it is, all done. Just put salt and pepper. So it's olive oil, honey, salt and pepper. That's all that's on it. I'm going to put it into a 400-degree oven and let it bake for anywhere between 35 and 40 minutes. 45. Some of my ovens, it's needed about 45. This oven is really hot, so probably between 35 and 40. So one of the pluses of making that soup is that while those vegetables are roasting, your entire house smells like Thanksgiving, Christmas. It just smells like the holidays. It's delicious. Okay, so I just brought these bad boys out of the oven, and they smell delicious, look delicious, but you see how there's just a little bit of caramelization on all of them. On all of them. That's what you want. They want to look just like this. So they look perfect. So beautiful. Alright, and so now we're just going to let them cool for a little bit, and I'll show you the next. Okay, so you just need to let them just sit for a few minutes, but once they have, then you're going to dump them all into a big pan and add your chicken stock. Okay, so there's all my veggies in my pot. I'm just going to add a entire box of chicken stock. You can use chicken stock, you can use turkey stock if you want. I just like chicken stock for this because I don't want it to be too, I don't want this flavors to be too intense because I don't want it to overwhelm the flavor of the vegetables. So that's it. And then I'm just going to put it on medium, and I'm going to let it simmer for about an hour. And that's it. Just let it go low and slow. I'm going to bring it up to a boil. As soon as it starts boiling, I'm going to turn it down to low. Let's just say it was boiling, turn it down to low. I'm going to cover it, let it simmer for an hour. Oh, P.S. Do yourself a favor. Make sure to use wrap, because even with my wax paper, it's still sticky. I mean, this pan is gross, but it's still sticky even with the paper, and if it was directly on there, it'd be so much worse. So, just a little tip. So there it is, and you just want to make sure that it is cooked to where everything's like really soft and falling apart, because you don't want the squash to be really hard. So that's done, and now I'm going to put it into my blender. Now I have this awesome Cuisinart soup maker, but you can just put it into any blender. I will say, if you don't have a soup maker, be very careful when you put the lid on, because if you put the lid on a blender when the soup is hot, it's going to explode. It's going to pop out the top. And there you go. That's what it looks like when it's all blended up lovely. Okay, so I showed you guys these chips that I got the other day, and I have not tried them yet, so... Okay, so here we go. Trying the seasoned kettle chips. Alright. I gotta say, they smell like, what was I? I have to say, they smell like, rosemary or something. They're really good. They taste like I can taste rosemary. They, like, when you first taste them, they taste like poultry seasoning. Then it, like, moves to gravy. And then kind of a rosemary finish on them, but they're very good. I would get these again. You guys, I am so excited. I have just finished my week 4 and week 5 schoolwork. I have one more thing I have to do, which is just a little couple paragraph summary about what I thought about this class. So that ought to be fun. But that's it. I'm done. Actually, I say that, but I have to do my discussions next week, and but whatever. It's all the big stuff's done, so thank God. Finished with that. And just an FYI, when you if you're gonna make that soup, the butternut squash soup, it's really good the way it is. You can add cream. Like, don't add, if you're gonna freeze it, which the way it is right now, you can freeze it. It'll last forever. No worries. If you, but don't add cream if you're gonna freeze it. Before you serve it, the best way to be able to do it is to add either a dollop of sour cream or just like heavy whipping cream. Add that in. Like for Thanksgiving, I'll do that because calories, whatever. You're gonna gain them a couple pounds over Thanksgiving anyway. That's really good. The other thing is, I'll usually take bacon and saute up some bacon and crumble that on top with like some parsley, fresh parsley, Italian parsley. Really yummy. And that's the way I serve it, but I usually do that for Thanksgiving. So anyway, it's all done, ready to go. And yeah, we're actually having leftover rice and chicken for dinner tonight. So, but with that, I am going to sign off. I'm going to say goodnight. And I will see you all tomorrow because Victoria and I are going to be going to the farmer's market and then down to Disney Springs later on that evening to go to church. So that will be awesome. So yay, finally something other than me just sitting here talking to you guys for the next couple days. Again, our hearts are with those in France. Please continue to keep them in your prayers as they stood with us. And it's all part of the plan. See you guys tomorrow.